All right.
First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. This is Brother Bar coming out of Sakai, and my other brother helping me is Mafia Bashar coming out of Sakai. About this breakdown saying that laws laws are really set up for Israel and us alone, and because we need these guidance.
Con.
Because if we didn't have no laws, it'll be a wild jungle out here. Everybody could do whatever they wanted to do. So the Most High really set up these laws for us to follow law and order, and it would give us life, like the scriptures say. Because right now we're living in Mr. E's kingdom, and right now it's total chaos, and everybody's believing in the new president that he's gonna make this thing better. Oh, things are gonna go back to normal. A lot of people are really deceived, thinking that the ways of Babylon it's gonna come back when Babylon's really on its last dance.
Con.
So this is just to feed the sheep so people know what's really going on. Because I don't know, it's 2021 and a lot of people still don't know what's going on.
Con.
All right, get me Judges verses 17 and verse 6.
Con. It's the book of Judges, chapter 17, verse 6. In those days there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
You see, in those days there was no king in Israel. This is talking about the ancient times. There was no king of Israel, and everybody did according to their own eyes.
Con.
Right now, there's no king. There's no king in Israel, so it's going to fold. Right now, there's a Babylon king, and people are doing whatever they want to do. I really believe in this Edomite that he's gonna really put some justice out for us. When these people been killing us for and lynching us for years now, and like all they care about is getting little breadcrumbs under Esau's table, not knowing that Esau is ready to get thrown down and destroyed in the midst of all of that.
Con.
So just like it said kings were doing they did not which was right in their own eyes, meaning they did whatever they wanted. They didn't have no law and order,
Con.
and that's why we're in the situation we're in right now.
Con.
And
Slakia.
a lot of people be mistaken.
Con.
Go ahead.
Slakia. Yeah, I had to add a point into that where, um, the Satanist church that these Edomites developed, right? They have this quote where they say, "Do as thou wilt." You know what I mean? So it that also promotes chaos and people just doing whatever they want instead of our own people following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? Esau wants
That's
our
right.
people to stray away from the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, man. So we could be so our people will be destroyed just like them. You know what I mean?
Um, that's what it really is because they want to take everybody with them because they know this is their last empire and they'll take anybody with them because it like Edomite says if he can't have it nobody can have it, so that's how they really think. And Jake be really silly to really even believe anything these people say to us, and they're just so naive to really think that the Most High is dealing with these people.
Calm.
When you could see that the Most High ain't dealing with these people, and with that, that's why I have to say stop folly is secondary dignity because whatever is hip out there that's what's getting the attention. Whatever is new, or whatever's cool to Jake, man, that's gonna get the attention. Whatever we're saying it is bullshit in their eyes because we'll go out there preaching and we'll tell them like it is, and after it's bullshit to them.
Calm.
They say our cause is bullshit. How many people did you save? How many blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans did you save? and stuff that in our face, like they've been really doing shit out here, really be helping people. Like, and they always want to go back to money, like, and they always want to go back to money and be like, oh, how much money do you guys have? You guys are bums and da da da. You guys on the street corner, get a job. How many times I heard that? And that's why I want to get Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6.
Con. Ecclesiastes. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Keep going.
Yeah, folly is set in great dignity. Yeah, no, that's it.
Con.
Folly is set in great dignity, and while the rich sit in low place, meaning the rich sit behind the scenes, while they put on all this folly and propaganda and make Jake Jake believe all this bullshit that's going on, especially with like what's going on in the world right now. Folly is really set great dignity, and people really be shook about certain things, and like not knowing that the Most High really is coming to this earth real soon. We don't know what day. It could be 5 years to 10 years. At the end of the day, Lord willing, I'll still be in this thing doing the Most High's work because it tells you occupy your time till you come. Because at the end of the day, that's what we have to do. We have to occupy time till you come. Because a lot of people just be sitting in folly talking about this and that, this bullshit and that bullshit, thinking that it's gonna save them out here. And a lot of people don't fear the Most High in this day and age, 2021. Only us brothers up here that do the work, we fear the Most High, and other camps also that do the work. So a lot of Jake just be stuck on bullshit, man. And it's the same bullshit that's been going on for years, like the NBA and like all like this how you know East Kingdom's finished because at the end of the day the NBA is not even supposed to be going on right now. Didn't they? Didn't a playoff just go by? It's supposed to be a break, and then after they're supposed to do their season next time. But at the end of the day, the white man's kingdom's falling so hard that they had to push the NBA players to be playing right now all over again. So there was no break. And after to hide a lot of the bullshit that people are realizing, that's why they're pushing all these stigmas on our people and making them believe certain shit. And that's why I have to get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 28. Because it's utterly madness to believe in the same bullshit over and over again. It's called being in denial. Like, yo, one thing goes a certain way, and after you're gonna just keep pressing it that way, like you're gonna get a change. And a lot of Black Hispanics and Native Americans are stuck on that Stockholm syndrome. They really have a problem believing in this white man. They really think that he's still gonna save them in 2021. And that's the bullshit that our people are eating up. And that's why the Most High really smit half of our people with madness, and that's why half of them have to go. Because none of them want to change their ways. They just want to keep doing whatever they want to do in Babylon. And they're really drunk off that wine that Babylon really put out there. Us up here, we got tired of Babylon. Even when we're in Babylon, I could say for myself, even when I was stuck in the world, I hated it here, same ways. I never liked any of the bullshit I had to go through. I always felt like I was better than this BS. I felt like I was supposed to be a king. And at the end of the day, I felt like I was supposed to have riches. And those riches were taken away. I never understood until Yahweh Shemashai opened up my eyes and called Allah Yahweh Shemashai for that. Because a lot of people be stuck on sleep, not knowing what's going on. And the truth is really a blessing to know. It's better than getting money in this world. It's better than any gift that the Most High could give you in this world.
Come on.
Because at the end of the day, our kingdom is not established on this world. It's set up for the next world to come.
Come on. It's the
Come on,
book.
read what you got.
Con. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Yeah, the astonishment of heart is you wanting to know what the truth is, and Jake not really ever getting there. And blindness is you're never ever gonna see the truth for what it really is. And that madness is you believing in is it's twofold. It's either you believe in this kingdom so much, and legitly the most high literally could smite you to madness until like you're out there bugged the hell out.
Con.
So that's what's wrong with our people. And these are curses in the Bible that shows you who the hell we really are. Because at the end of the day, like white men may be jacked up, but not jacked up like us, man. The Most High really jacked us up to show us a sign, and Esau don't be going through the BS that we be going through. Like all these curses set on us being poor and struggling to make ends meet. Because us brothers, we know how it goes. Like up here, we know how it goes in this wicked kingdom. While Esau could just sit up with his feet up, kicked up, having all this money, and we just have crumbs over here. And we're slaving for crumbs, man. And even some of our other brothers will envy us because they think that we have something when we're literally we all are in the same boat,
Con.
and those are all the curses that follow us. That doesn't follow the East India. That doesn't follow all these other nations. That follows us to a T, to the point. Us Jacob here, we hate it in this place, and whoever loves it in this place is really insane, fucking crazy. Excuse my French. I have to say that. Like they're out of their mind to still think that America and Canada is still gonna stand. When not, like even spiritually, you don't even have to know the truth to see that it's fallen. There's articles out there saying that America is falling, and that's the thing that they're trying to hide from people. And the sad truth is that our people are really eating up and believing this bullshit.
Con.
And that's why I need you to get Revelations chapter 19 and verse 11.
Con. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Karen, who's this person sitting on this white horse that's called faithful and true? A lot of people would be like it's called Jesus Christ when we know it's Yahweh Shema, yeah, Yahweh Shai, that's sitting on this horse, and he was set up to set up judgment and to make war, because that's what a lot of people ain't seeing right now is like they're stuck on behind the scenes, not noticing like the bigger ball game, like that this war is getting built up, and it's getting built up, and a lot of people just be thinking about, you know, be thinking about the pestilence that's going through on the earth, and think about the shock when they could get that, because these people are in fear, man. They're more in fear of Esau than Yahweh Shem Shai, but the Messiah is gonna make them fear until these people fall flat on their faces.
Con.
Because you're not supposed to be fearing something he created over the creator. That doesn't make no sense.
Con.
And a lot of people be fearing the thing that's created over the creator.
Con.
Keep going.
Con. Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Calling
And
his eyes are in the fire because Yahweh Shai is really pissed off and he's killing shit right now. Like in this vision of Revelation, he's killing shit, and the reason why he has many crowns on his head is because he's taking down all these fucking elites. All these fucking elites are getting taken down one by one, and the crowns going on his head. He doesn't even care if there's blood on it. He's taking it up, and he's riding out still, killing more of them. Keep going.
he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Yeah, they don't know who this is. They just think it's gonna be some alien invasion. Nah, bro. The angels and Yahweh's gonna send the angels down here and destroy shit, man. While all these other heathen are getting destroyed at the same time. And that's why he's gonna have many crowns upon his head because he's gonna take it off every one of these damn elites, even Donald Trump and all these fucking presidents, all of them. They're all gonna get it. And these people be thinking that this is really a joke. They always be thinking that their kingdom's gonna rule forever. That's how prideful they are. They never thought that they're gonna have a fall. They're not spiritual like Jake. Like, well, what when we do something bad, we know, the Most High is gonna judge us for it, and we know eventually, even if we don't even think the Most High is gonna judge us for it, we know that there's gonna be a karma. There's gonna be a reca Salakia, a repercussion for what we did. At the end of the day, they don't have that spiritual sense like us, Jakes up here.
Con,
We know if we do some bad shit in the world, something's bad gonna happen to us. It's just the common sense. They don't even have common sense. That's why most I calls them senseless dogs.
con,
Keep going.
Slack, and to add on to that, they're very carnal. That's basically what it is. They're very
God.
carnal. They don't have the spiritual
Yeah.
sense because the Most High didn't make them like that. Just it's just the
God.
gist of
That's
it.
that's why they don't even think. That's why they don't even think that they're gonna get back upon. Like,
Con,
you do something bad. We know we're gonna get something back. We're just waiting until that day till we get it back. Well, we know we're gonna get it back.
con,
They don't even have that. That's how base they are.
con, con, con.
Keep going.
Verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
Dude, but yeah, at the end of the day, you know how this story goes. They called Mashiach Yahweh Shai the word of Mosai because he came and he did what he was supposed to do when he came on the earth in that innocent sense. He came on the earth on that innocent sense to die for our sins to make us even be able to repent and call out Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for that. Because if we're never allowed to repent, we'll just be doomed as like Esau.
Con,
Because at the end of the day, the Most High is so merciful and He actually loves us regardless of even us in this truth going on. That's why we won't be saved by the law alone. That's why we have to keep the faith and really believe, like really pray, fast, do what we have to do, keep doing the work, and never give up. Because at the end of the day, the Most High just wants to see us trying out here, man. Because
con,
uh, we can't be giving up like that. You didn't make us like that. You didn't make us weak. At the end of the day, He never made us weak. We're the stronger vessel. Esau's the weaker vessel.
con,
We already know because Esau's the weaker vessel because he can't take on certain shit that we could deal with, man. He can't take on being broken and in the trenches like us, man.
con,
At the end of the day, once Esau has all this money and like once they go broke, we see it all the time. What do? What's the first thing they do? They kill themselves because they can't take it.
con,
They don't know how to be militant like us. That's how you know they're really the weaker vessel. And even all like what's going on with these shutdowns, a lot of the suicide rates are going up. A lot of these people be killing themselves because they don't have the luxury of doing whatever they wanted to do before. Before they
Con,
had the luxury of doing whatever they wanted to do, go on their private jet, do all their bullshit and party, and you would know this is their kingdom. This is all set up for them, man. That's why Yahweh Shimon Ashai shut that shit down, man. These other people be crying about a damn presidency, man. Who's the next elect? Like, yo, this is how you know this place is spiritually finished, yo. And whoever doesn't see it is through with this place, man. They're through. They don't know what's going on. And like at the end of the day, like back to the scriptures, yeah, he said his vestures were dipped in blood, meaning whose blood was he dipped in? He was killing so much shit. He was killing all the heathens. He was killing everything in sight, even the 2/3 Jakes. That's what a lot of people don't even understand. That Yahweh Shemai Shai is so merciful to the point he has to wipe out 2/3 of our people just to make them right because they're never gonna get right because they're just so stuck on stupid and they're not gonna get out of it. They just believe in the same old bullshit fairy tale of watching basketball and all these sports and all this BS and it's gonna go nowhere. It's gonna go nowhere for them. Like at the end of the day, that's why the Most High has to get us right spiritually because he has to let off 2/3 of our people. We don't know how many that is. That's because we can't number the seed of Israel, but that's a lot of fucking blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans that have to go. It's a lot. So keep going.
Con, verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine
Woo!
linen, white.
That Salakia. That's how you know. Like Yahweh is waiting to build up this build up to really make this place fall. Cause who's riding with Yahweh? All the angels that you can't number. That's super spiritual. Keep going. Read it from the top again.
Con. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Yeah, they're white and clean because they never sin. And they're riding with Yahweh Shai because that's the command that Yahweh by Shem Yahweh commanded them to do to wipe this place out, man. And like Esau just really be thinking that they're doing their military drills really ready to fight the creator. These people are finished, bro. Just reading that scripture, you know they're finished, man. You
Con.
know. They ain't gonna do nothing, yo. They could have all the lasers they have, bro. Yahweh Shimon Shai is gonna destroy the shit out of these people. Keep going. Verse 15, that's the last one, you know. Keep
Con.
going.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Ooh.
And he treadeth the winepress.
Yeah, Yahweh Shimon Shai. Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to rule these people with a rod of iron. He's gonna beat their ass with a rod. And that's how you know that's a Jake, man. You guys got him while he was low and peaceful. Now he's coming back while he's angry. And like with his eyes a flame of fire, yo. And it's gonna be legitly a flame of fire in the eyes, yo.
Con.
That's how you know Yahweh Shai is gonna come back and kill his shit, man. Keep going.
Con. And
Start
he,
from the top again, yo.
Con. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule
Uh,
them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress.
Slovakia, he's gonna rule them with the rod of iron, but it goes twofold because when we get the kingdom, we're gonna rule them with the rod of iron too. So that's twofold. So it's gonna start with Yahweh Shai, then Yahweh Shai is gonna give it to us, and Yahweh Shai is still gonna rule them with a rod of iron. And even I'll just pass down the blessing, we're still gonna beat their asses with a rod of iron. Because it's only rightful so, because they beat us down in this place spiritually, mentally, and physically, and broke us down until the point we hated one another. So it's gonna only happen to them, to times two, and that's rightfully so. Keep going.
Um, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh.
Yeah, he just has to, because at the end of the day, like it says in the scriptures, we can't even get back at Esau the way that Yahweh by Shimei Ashar wants to get back at him, man. It wouldn't be enough. So that's why the Most High has to put his fierce and his anger into us to ride out for the Yahweh by Shimei Ashar. And it'll be rightfully so in that day, Lord willing, we get to see it, that we get to beat down Esau with that sword, man. That'll be a beautiful thing, man. That'd be so beautiful, man. Because at the end of the day, these people really hate us, man, and like they really did a lot of bullshit to us. So I need you to get me Isaiah 63 and verse 1,
Con,
because these people be these people be really stuck on madness, especially these. I'm not even talking about Jake no more. I'm talking about these fucking heathen, man, because it goes toe and toe. First, I was talking about Jake. Now this is for the heathen and the 2/3 that don't want to get right, yo. Because these heathen are never gonna get right because they think that they have a God. They don't even believe in God more times, and they just think that their empire and them making certain robots to fight in the military, like that's gonna do shit. That ain't doing nothing to y'all, but you know something. They have a whole nother thing coming. They have another thing coming, man. Thinking that that's gonna do anything.
con,
And the next scriptures that are about to come out, this goes hand in hand to what was just read because we all know this is Yahweh Shai, but these are the scriptures explaining him, explaining what he's really writing out now in these scriptures. So read.
con. And to add on to that, this is what we're adding on. What what Isaiah added on into Revelations right here. This is it. This is exactly what's going on.
It's
Hold
the
the
second.
scriptures here.
It's the second witness, Con,
Con, con. So this is
because
the book.
everything has to be done with two witnesses.
Con. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore,
Ooh, that's Yahweh Shai right there, because his name means he's the deliverer, meaning he's out here to save the elect and the 1/3, the remnant of Israel that's gonna stay alive. He's out here to save them that keep the faith, do what they have to do in this truth, do the work, and keep the faith, man. That's all you have to do, man, in this truth. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all. So keep going.
con. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Verse 3.
Fine. So this is Isaiah asking him a question. Why y'all red, man? Like he's asking you how it shot. Why are you so bloody? And the reason why he's so bloody is because we're in the scriptures before. If people aren't following along, in the scriptures before, it's Yahweh Shai killing and smiting all these other nations and the 2/3 with it because they were being wicked and they never wanted to get right. So keep going.
Um, I have trodden the winepress alone, O Slakia. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon
God,
my garments.
who is he trampling in his anger? All these nations and all these other heathen and the 2/3 until their blood is gonna go up to the heavens, man. And that's literal. It's not a metaphor or like how Esau would say, this is metaphoric. This already happened. How did this already happen, bro? And this is not futuristic. This has not happened yet. Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to destroy this place until the blood reaches the firmament of heaven.
Con,
That is a lot of blood, man.
con.
A lot. That is a lot of bodies, bro. So Jake out here thinking that their bodies are up here. Nah, bro. Ski, your bodies are low. Keep going.
That's a whole lot of blood, man. That's more than the ocean right there. Con.
Trust me.
Verse 4.
And people, the Slocky and the thing, people don't even fear the Most High, man.
Con.
It's a serious thing, yo. They think this book is a bunch of fairy tales and BS. When yo, I always believed that yo, this book was a secret message. There was some code in it, and
Exactly.
like I felt like it when I was even in the world. I always felt like yo, Esau took away the real Bible and gave us this Bible, but not knowing this is the real Bible. The Most High
Con.
hid it in plain sight. Because at the end of the day, you hide anything, even from your kids, yo. If you're a father and you hide anything from your kids, you hide it in plain sight, or they won't even look over there to even notice it. That's where you hid their toys and stuff.
Con. Con.
Keep going.
Con. And I will stain all my raiment. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Woo, the year. This is what this is. That's so spiritual, and that's the scripture that hits the nail on the coffin. Because at the end of the day, we don't know yet when Yahweh Shemir is coming, but there is a special year, even if it's 10 years from now, 5 years from now. When it hits that year, it everything's just gonna come up unraveling apart because that's that year when he's supposed to that's just that year when he's supposed to come and all everything's just gonna fall in that 1 year. So it could be 3, 4, because no man knows the day and hour. We just have to keep striving and have patience in Yahweh Shem Shah and keep doing our thing, man.
Con.
But that's gonna hit the nail on the coffin because that's the year when he's gonna come back.
Con.
For the day of the vengeance is in his heart, and the year of my redeemed is come, meaning that year he's gonna come to save us. Lord willing, we be of that number, man.
Con.
Because a lot of people be it's like not know what's going on because that year is really dangerous, man. And Lord willing, it be soon. And if it ain't soon, we're gonna keep doing what we have to do, man.
Con.
Because we're gonna keep hitting those highways, byways until we get the elect sealed. We don't care how long it has to take, man. We're gonna do what we have to do, like we've been doing. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Yashar, because it's a beautiful thing to be in this truth, man. And a lot of people be thinking it's a burden to be in this thing. It's really a beautiful thing to be in this thing, man.
Con.
Keep going.
Con. Verse
Or if
5.
you have anything to add, you could add in your points.
Con. Verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to
Ooh, Salakia, who's the none to help? Because at the end of the day, each one of these nations on this face of the earth, all these heathen, they had a part in our slavery. They had a part in making us feel belittled. They had a part coming over here and getting richer than us. They had a part in all this bullshit. They had a part in all of it, man. So that's why Yahushua said there was none to help. And that's why he's going to destroy them even more, 2 times more, because at the end of the day, Esau's one nation alone, the Edomites, and we already knew they were made to be crooked. They were never going to do what they're supposed to do. But Yahweh Shumi Ashar looked at the other nations to be like, none of you guys even said, not even one nation said, hey, stop what you're doing to them, or we'll join army with them and try to fight for you guys to be free. Not one of them ever did that, man. And
Slakia.
that's why Yahweh Shimon Ashar has to destroy them.
Slakia.
Keep going. All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
and to add on to that, um, withhold the transatlantic slave trade, man, when they had us as slaves and they're auctioning us off, you know, Black Friday and all that. You know, none of these nations ever claimed it.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Ever came in and said it was wrong. They all accepted us as slaves, man. You know what I mean? Right? And they're
that's right.
calling us these bywords and you know what I mean? All types of stuff, man. So then again, that's what it goes. All in line with the scriptures. They're even they even conspired with each other to go against us
That's right.
the Israelites, man. So all of this is prophecy, man, in the scriptures.
That's right.
All right.
God.
Now verse 6. And I will tread down Slaki, I didn't finish verse 5. And I looked, and there was none
Yeah,
to
keep
help,
going.
and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. Verse 6. And I will tread.
Because when he says when he says his salvation was brought to me, meaning he brought the salvation for his own people. There is nobody else to help us,
Con,
like we're saying.
con. Verse
Go
6.
ahead.
Verse 6. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Calm, because that's what they need. Because at the end of the day, they did that all to us, so it's only right that it's done to them times two, like I keep saying.
Con,
And
con,
that's why I need you to get me Numbers chapter 24.
con. Slack and to add
Give
on
me
to
Numbers chapter. So
to add on to that,
go ahead.
um, it also goes with the scriptures, man. You reap what you sow, man. So, yeah, I mean,
That's a fact.
it is what it is. So you said what? The book of
Trust me.
Numbers?
Book of Numbers chapter 17, and you're gonna read to chapter to 20. But
Chapter
there's still some
17, you
more
said?
on this.
Slack you.
No, it's lucky. Hold on. It's 24 and verse 17. Chapter 24, and read to set. Hit 17, and after you're gonna read all the way to 20.
Con. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 17, chapter 24, verse 17. I shall
Stop.
see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab,
Come.
and destroy all the children
This
of
is talking
Sheth.
about Yahweh Shai still. Keep going.
Con. Verse 18. And
Because this is talking about Yahweh Shai. And like this whole thing, this came twofold, man. This was first talking about Esau and what's going on in the world. And now this is talking about Yahweh coming to save his people and all the destruction that he's gonna leave this Babylon place in, because these people deserve everything that's coming to them.
Con.
So keep going.
Verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. Verse
You know, we're
19.
gonna do good, man. In that day, we're gonna do great because Yahweh with us in that day, man.
Con.
Keep going.
Verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Verse
Keep
20.
going.
And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
We call law Yahweh Shemini said that.
Con.
Because at the end of the day, they should prepare us forever. Because these people stole our heritage our, and tried to steal our birthright, man.
Con.
They tried to steal our birthright, and that's so cold that Yahweh Shemini Shai is going to make them perish forever. Because these people, those people in Israel right now, they're really heathens, and a lot of people really believe in that they're the people of God. Nah, God ain't dealing with those people. And the sad thing is that they stole all of our heritage and everything, and they really know who we are.
Con.
That's why you see them. That's why when you go to Matthews and you see them run away from you, you're
Con.
like, why are they running away for?
Con.
Because they know who we are and what they did to us.
That's right.
You could add in points if you want.
Sluck. Sluck. Not right now. I don't have any points right now.
Con, because that's why they be running away from the real Jews, and like I've seen that happen in my life so many times. When you walk into one of their stores, they just all eyes on you, like they get so scared. It's because they know what they did. Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't be scared if you weren't guilty of doing something to our nation and our people.
Con.
So I'm gonna need you to get Matthew chapter 25 and start at verse 31. Left, I'm gonna read you to I'll make you read to 34.
Con.
Cause they're guilty, man. Oh, you know what? You know what Amalek is guilty the most because that's the head tribe of that Edomite nation. He was the first one of the nations. Meaning Most High made him before he made all the other damn heathens. And they should know better because in reality, they're our brother and they did a lot of bad bullshit to us, but still they should have knew better to not do that to us, man. And that's why their latter end is gonna perish forever. That's
Con.
their judgment because they knew better.
Con.
That's why all the rest of the heathens are gonna do their slavery and return back to their own land. They didn't know better. They weren't the head tribe of all the heathen. What the hell?
Con. This is the book of Matthew, chapter
So
25.
read.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Verse 32.
Come on, he's gonna sit upon the throne of his glory because this is his mission to throw down this place and come save the people. That's his mission. So keep going.
Con. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Yeah, he's gonna gather up all the nations, separate one from another, because at the end of the day, in this place, we're not all supposed to be living together. Not every damn nation is supposed to be living together. That's why us Jacob here, we get tired when we see a damn Moabite smell like apps, man.
Con.
Like we know we're not supposed to be around them, man. And Elon smelling like armpits, bro. And like, come on, man. We know when we go in the grocery store, we always will see an Elam like smell like armpits, bro.
Con.
It's like we're not supposed to be around them, man. So
Con.
keep going.
Con. They're just, that's why they're spittle. unto the Most High, man. They're just nothing compared to
Todd,
us, man.
Todd.
I mean, they're low level, they're heathens, man. So, all right, and verse 34.
Yeah, they don't even know how to dress. They don't know how to bathe properly. They don't know how to
Uh,
do anything right. Now I know why Yahweh called them dogs, man, because they legitly don't know how to bathe. They don't know how to operate in this world. They could have all the money they want. They're just still filthy dogs, man.
Con, con. Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Con, because Yahweh by Shemi Asher is gonna say that to us, man.
Come,
He's gonna say that to us, and that's it, and that's all.
come,
So I'm gonna need you to get me Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 5 and read to 6.
come,
Now after I'm gonna get a few moons after I'm gonna close out.
come. Verse 23. I mean, sorry, verse 6.
Get verse 23.
It's like if Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 6.
Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 5 and read to 6.
Okay, come. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Verse 6. In his
Because
days,
Yahweh is gonna execute judgment and justice in the earth. Because right
come,
now the whole justice system set up, that's not justice, bro. Giving a man 25 years to life, that's not justice. It's either you do something, you commit a sin, you should be put to death for being a pedophile. You should be put to death for being a sodomite. You should be put to death for these things, man. But this country they don't uphold that. At the end of the day, you could do as you please, like you said. And at the end of the day, that do as you please spirit, man. A lot of our brothers and sisters need to get the hell out of that mindset because doing as you please will get you destroyed. Because broad is the way, and and narrow is the way, but you have to enter the kingdom one by one, and that's a straight gate. You
the
you
narrow,
can't you can't
come,
just go around the gate and try to get in.
come,
This is a VIP party, man. A real strict party. You get your ass beat and put to death when you try to come in the other way around. You ain't
slack,
coming in this party like that, bro.
come, slack, and to add on to that,
Thank you, Papa.
exactly what you're talking about, man. About these other nations, these heathens, man. That's what has to do with our people being called heathens as well in the scriptures, man, because we were following the same mindset as these other
Sorry.
heathens, man, worshiping their gods, doing the things that they do, right? That's why we were called heathens the same way, man. That's why
God,
that's why I believe when Paul went and when he was talking about going to the Gentiles, it had to do with us. We were the Israelites that are following under the Gentile precepts, man, following their ways and
God,
their customs, man. Right? So that's what
that's
that
it.
whole situation's about.
God. Because like at the end of the day, what when you don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments, what are you called? You're called the heathen, right? So
John,
that's right.
John. Verse 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Time. Because yeah, this is like the time when Yahweh Shem Yashar is gonna give us our crowns and put us in the kingdom, man. And a lot of these people be thinking this is a game. This is not a game. So I'm gonna get you to get me Zechariah chapter 3 and verse 8,
Con,
and after I'm gonna make you read on 9.
con. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, verse 8. Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. Verse 9.
Keep going.
For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Lord of hosts. I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. Verse 10.
Connor, I think it's talking. No, that's it. That's it on that. I need you to give me Daniel chapter 2 and verse 31. But that's talking about our land. That's talking about Israel right there. Because the iniquity we did in that land is defiled right now, man. And all the BS that those heathen are doing in our land, those Bakuman parades and everything, our land's defiled, bro. So Yahweh Shem Yashar has to cleanse our land all over again to make it undefiled. And how do you cleanse something? Like he says in the scriptures, you cleanse it by fire. That's why that when that third woe comes, that's why the nukes have to go off over there, and that battle Armageddon has to happen over there, because Yahweh by Shem Yashar has to set it up to actually
Clean it. Cleanse it.
clean our land. Yeah, cleanse it. Because it has to happen.
Slaki, you said Daniel chapter 2?
2 and verse 31, and after I'm going to make you read, I'm going to close it on 35. So this
Khan. It's the book of Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. Verse 32. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass. Verse 33.
keep going.
His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Verse 35.
I think this is talking about the image of the beast. Keep going.
Verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth.
And I'm going to say, call Allah by Shemir Shah, and come here, Strolla, and Shalom.
Shalom.